Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of Women Speakers Association's WSA TV. Welcome everyone. I'm Laura Rubenstein, digital media marketing strategist, author of Social Media Myths Busted, the Small Business Guide to Online Revenue. You can find me at transformtoday.com. And today, as you can see on the screen, we have an amazing show. It's all about how to prepare. Because preparation makes a difference, and prepare for what? Well, stuff happens, right? So I want to get right to our fabulous experts. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and say hi to Helen. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Laura. Helen Justice, geriatric care manager, and my book is Aging Parents, Questions You Should Be Asking. And you can find me on advancedwellnessgcm.com.
Great to have you. Thanks, Helen. And hi, Lisa.
Hi, Laura. My name is Lisa Phillips, and I'm a speaker on the role that faith plays in the lives of our military families and as well as the civilian side. And I'm also the author of Faith Steps for Military Families. And you can find me at faithstepsformilitaryfamilies.com or www.lisanixonphillips.com.
Great to have you. Now, I know we have some great information that both of you want to share today on preparation. Both of you help people get prepared for life's challenges. And when you think of that, what advice do you have, Helen, for the work and when you help people?
Well, I'm at the other end of life, the last chapter of people's lives, and a lot of people are not prepared for that last chapter. So what I'm seeing in my work is people don't have their legal documents in order, don't have their final arrangements in order. There's a lot of things that go into that last chapter. And if you're not prepared, you can be kind of ripped off from people that are, kind of preying on our elders. And so my job is to educate families, the seniors, and the professionals how to protect our folks before they are, kind of driven out of their homes, their money's taken, and so forth.
So what advice do you have that you would give to them to prepare?
Well, the first thing, a lot of people think that their trust is ready to go. And if it hasn't been reviewed in the last 3 to 5 years, pull it out off the shelf, because a lot of people put it on the shelf and wait for the crisis to happen. Laws change, life changes, and you need to be in front of that attorney that prepared that trust for you and see if it's up to date, see if the laws affected that trust. And this way that in the future, every 3 to 5 years, you're in front of that attorney with that relationship so that at the end, your family knows exactly who to go to. Lisa, you're muted.
We don't, thank you. We don't always think about that. So, it's really important to resurrect those documents we have and make sure that we are prepared because stuff happens. And now, Lisa, I wanted to ask you, what is your advice for people who are going through challenges or preparing for challenges?
Yeah, that's a good question. Helen brought up a great point because military families, they go through the preparation for deployments, but what's missing is the more preparation for the family. There's courses, getting wills ready, documents, power of attorneys, and so forth like that. But what's short is how to keep a family unified during the deployment cycles, or even not even deployments, just underway periods. And what I find is disunity is a problem, particularly in the younger military marriages between 18 and 25. The divorce rate is higher among that group. And this is just an area that I think is just weak in our military family structure. And so I like to talk about how to bring in unity into the family for those challenges that are that are unique to the military.
So what's one piece of advice you give to a young military family to help them bring unity in?
a big part of it is dealing with your past, because we bring our past into our families, because military marriages are built from our civilian families that we came from. But also kind of the silent benefits like commitment and investment, and how these components add to resiliency. And when you have faith built into that as well, that piece, it becomes an anchor. It makes a union feel stronger, more unified, that you're on a common ground to support the family. You're in a joint venture together.
Wonderful. Thank you for that brilliant advice. Bringing families together is so important right at the beginning for any family, whether they're military or not, and then at the end of life too, right? So when we're talking, Helen, your advice too is like, let's get it together on all angles and be prepared, because the more prepared we are, the less struggle we have to deal with, the more we can deal with our emotions, right? Versus the outside world. So you guys are both, the gals are both experts in your field. Tell us about that. What do you do? Who do you work with typically, and what do you do for them, Helen?
So as a geriatric care manager, I'm helping adult children that are starting to take care of mom and dad. We're looking at about a 55-year-old female that is what I call the sandwich generation. They've got their own children, and now they're starting to take care of mom and dad. And they're wanting to be the daughter, not the caregiver, not the person that has to make decisions or look into finances or legal documents and things of this sort, because they think that's private for mom and dad, but they're thrust into that. So I'm the one that'll take them by the hand, let them breathe. They're so stressed right now trying to take care of kids at home, and then they've got this added job besides a regular job that they sometimes have. So we educate our families by doing a family training. We teach terminology. We teach them how to be an advocate. We teach them public benefits. And there are a couple of public benefits that are out there to help defray costs for mom and dad. So we were able to gather all their documents and put together care plans. Every one of us has got a plan A: stay home and pass away in our bed. 73% of you will fail at that program. So we designed plan B through D. And when you have those plans, just like any disaster, where are you going to go if you have a fire in the house? Where are you going to go if you have an earthquake? So those are the types of plans, but we're at the last chapter of somebody's life. And it's gathering all that information. And a lot of people think, well, I went to college, I should be able to handle this. Well, just like babies, they don't come with manuals, neither do seniors.
It's too bad, isn't it?
Yes.
So tell us the story of either how you helped someone or how you got into this.
Well, it was my own grandfather. So here I was. I'm retired out of the Air Force myself. I was squadron commander at McClellan Air Force Base. And December of '86, I lost my grandmother. And my grandfather was supposed to be staying with my aunt for the rest of his life. And not even 30 days into it, I get a call from my grandfather's doctor. And the doctor says, your grandfather wants you to come pick him up. And I thought, holy cow, what am I going to do? And my grandfather is in Portland, Oregon, and I'm in Sacramento, California, running a squadron. I'm a squadron commander. So I had no idea where to turn, what to do. So long story short, I had to bring my grandfather down. And then how are you going to pay for this? Because that was not in the wheelhouse of me trying to take care of my grandfather. So remember the old yellow pages? That's where I had to go, was the yellow pages to find a place where my grandfather wanted to go. And it was horrendous. I had no idea about wills versus trust and mistakes I made right and left. And I thought there's got to be a one-stop shop. And that's what I built, was a one-stop shop. Wow. That I could have advisors, people that I have vetted that I know that is going to help my clients all the way through until afterlife.
You know, it's such an important service that you're offering, you know, to help people through, be a guide and an advisor and a mentor and help them prepare for this. So thank you for the work you do. And Lisa, I know you work with people and help them prepare for challenging times. Tell us about who you work with and what you do. And by the way, thank you for, before you do that, Lisa, thank you for the love that you all are pouring in here. I know Lee's here and we had Deb here. So thank you. And if you have any experiences you want to share, pop them in at Women Speakers Association's Facebook page here, where you're watching. Thanks. And Lisa, go ahead and tell us about you.
Okay. Well, my main focus with military families is writing for my blog and articles that pertain to the topics that are relevant to military families. But I also, on the side, work with my local church with the military families that we've had coming through our church. And I'm a lay Bible teacher anyway, so I try to incorporate the topics from my book into some of that. And there are several bases out here, and I'm still working with getting involved with some of the classes that are or the opportunities that are available from the bases for family support services.
Wonderful. And so do you have a story about how you help people that are in the military?
Yes. Since unity in the family is probably my favorite topic to help keep our military strong, because the problem we see is when service members go overseas or they're underway and the family is back home, there's a lot that transpires. And so when they come back, they're most times these spouses are in different places, and unexpected or unrealistic expectations is an issue. So I often will find myself talking about those topics of how to build the family unity with in these military families. Now, the story is that we have a couple that we were friends with, a family, and after 30 years of serving, he didn't really have direction when he came back home, when he retired, full honors and so forth. And we didn't realize there was so much disunity and disconnectedness that often years of serving, in a way, creates, and the distance. And he was just unable to get a focus once he retired. And my husband and him were actually working on a business venture for him post-retirement. And we just all of a sudden didn't hear from him. And we learned later that he had committed suicide, leaving, 2 children behind and a wife. And there was just a lot that we didn't know going on behind the scenes, because our military is still struggling with, we're losing 22 service members every day. And unfortunately, we lost a friend. And so that has impacted me because of this, just the whole scope of topics that take their toll on military families over 30 some years for this family.
Well, thank you for the work you're doing with the military families and being able to share your wisdom on your blog and through mentoring them. And also, Helen, the work you do is amazing. Now, women, we just love bringing women together, powerful women like you who are helping other people and getting your message out there in a big way. And the beautiful thing about this is that we welcome new members in, and we want to help you. If you have a message, we have a free level of membership waiting for you at joinwsa.com. And in the meantime, you might wonder, why should you join? Well, I want you to hear from Helen and Lisa about what they're gaining from Women Speakers Association. So Helen, tell us what the experience has been for you.
Well, Laura, the Women Speakers Association here in the Sacramento area is pretty active. We meet once a month. We have dinner, and then we go around the room And of course, we're learning about each other's, what they do. And we're able to actually do referrals right there. One of the members has got a radio show called the Dementia Whisper. I've been on that. We've been able to help the members in there with their own parents. So I've gotten referrals from many of the members in there. So the Women Speakers Association, I've been a member, I think, about 3 years now. And so it's that monthly interaction and be able to joint venture in speaking events, radio shows, podcasts, and so forth. So we've got a very active one right here in Sacramento.
Beautiful. Glad you're taking advantage of the local activity going on and the virtual activity, and we certainly have plenty of that. So, Lisa, tell us what you're gaining from Women Speakers Association.
Well, what I like about Women Speakers Association is the camaraderie, the support, the feedback. When I need certain help from just the general pool of women that are available, I can put out an idea and get the feedback of whether something would be a good fit, or maybe change this or change that about about branding or any of the topics that are out there. But it's good to get other people's feedback so you get a better perspective. And also the podcasts and the videos that are there, valuable information. And just the sense that you're not alone. That also is nice to know, is someone else is out there doing similar work and you can share ideas.
You're definitely not alone when you join WSA. And we want to help you grow your visibility, get your message out into the world. And we have the resources, the sisterhood, the camaraderie, the collaboration, the tools, and the advice, and the community to really support that. And as you heard, both Helen and Lisa get that. So please go to joinwsa.com and check us out. We'll be back next week with another edition of WSA TV. Bye for now.
Bye, Lisa. Bye, Laura.
Bye, Laura.